we kick things off with day 3, and this actually caps my squat, bench, and deadlift openers for the competition. Now today's session, my legs were still very, very sore from the Bulgarian split squats on Monday. It's the one exercise that no matter how long I do them, I still get sore. Like I still suffer from DOMs, regardless. Like it's, because sometimes when you work out, that feeling tends to subside as you get stronger. You become more kind of conditioned to the stimulus that you've been doing, right? But Bulgarian split squats, honestly, there'll be a period where like I'll kind of overcome it, but then the moment I either do more reps with the same weight or go a little bit heavier for less reps, I get sore again. And today's session, I was actually doubting myself a little bit because yeah, my legs were just really sore. As you can see, like in terms of the tempo of the movement, is not so much because of the fact that I actually purposely wanted to move slow. It was just because my legs were that sore. Um, but thankfully, after a very good warm up prior to this, and taking my time with each set, I was feeling like I was getting a bit more supple, and able to squat with less discomfort than the previous one. So the sets you see here is me working up to 190 kilos. Did that for just one set, and here it is now. So yeah, that'll be an opener on the day of the competition, and then we look to kind of progress on from there. After this, I went back to my physio's program, and he factored in some plyometric work, especially after my squats, like straight after my squats. This is what you're going to see me do here now. I did 6 sets of 4, and I was doing this in an EMOM fashion. So on the minute, every minute, just trying to build that power, but also like working a little bit into the aerobic capacity. So like my heart rate was quite high when I was going through these. And I always find it interesting when I watch these back because in my head I really feel like I'm jumping really high, and then I watch the video and it's not like I'm not jumping as high, but I definitely felt like I was jumping higher. So the weight that I was holding on to here were 215 kilos. It was programmed for me to do anything between 15 and 20. Because I'm starting to load up this movement, I'm decided to go for a weight that's more manageable, knowing that I could have done more and then progress on from there, especially when you're trying to train for power. Like anything weighted and you're trying to produce as much force as possible, you still want to achieve the goal of moving as fast as you can, as opposed to kind of moving against resistance, which then leans more towards the strength side. So when you're developing power, just always make sure that you're working within the load that allows you to produce and express that power properly without feeling restricted, like, oh, I went too heavy, I could have actually jumped higher. No, the whole point is to jump high. Um, and that allows you again to express more explosive strength as opposed to actually like brute strength when you're trying to lift more. So as the sets went on, I definitely started finding my feet a lot better with regards to like landing better to then push back off, as opposed to like landing quite hard on the ground. So I was very happy with how things actually turned out. Then we finish off my main lifts with the snatch grip deadlift, or snatch grip RDL rather than Romanian deadlift. And annoyingly, I forgot my straps at home, so I went really light. I was hoping to actually get this done for 12 without chalk, but as you see here, I think I get to about 6 reps and my hands just start slipping. So I just had to chalk up. Thankfully, there was a bit of chalk just by the side. So once I chalked up my hands, yeah, it felt a lot better and it was a lot easier to then finish off the remaining reps. I'd have liked to finish this block with, anything beyond a 140 RDL, especially for repetitions. I think I managed to work up to a set of 8 140 kilos. In my mind, I would love to touch the 160s, the 180s, even the 200s, even. But I guess that'll be for later down the line when I do or I guess after my prep. Then we did the back of sets, as you know, in my second main lifts. I have a top set of the heaviest that I can move for X amount of reps that has been programmed. And then I do 2 lighter sets just to focus on form, really try to refine my form, and also just focus on the muscle that's being worked here as well. So we did 60 kilos. And again, because my grip was a major factor, I didn't want to go, I don't want to say I didn't want to go too low, but at the same time, I didn't want to stay too close to the weight that I'd done previously to further fatigue myself, especially now I'm at that time where like I'm only 2 weeks out. I want to now start prioritizing recovery. And at this point, less is more. Like even after this session, I pretty much just did some ab work and called it a day. I didn't do any of my accessories, and it's not to say that, you know, I'm missing out on work on the table, but it's just one of those things where it's just like right now, me working on the muscles that I had planned is not going to be any more beneficial to me actually not doing those exercises. Therefore, I'm not further fatiguing myself. Therefore, I can recover quicker. So it's just about prioritizing what you can. Of course, we don't want this to be an ongoing thing, but every so often, prioritize recovery wherever you can for sure. So again, guys, as always, like, share, and subscribe.